Wow, that movie was wild. Deadpool and Wolverine definitely exceeded my expectations. I mean, when I got out of theaters, I couldn't stop replaying everything that had happened in my head. I mean, when happened and when she killed, and then at the end, but if you haven't seen this movie, this video is going to contain heavy spoilers, so if you don't want to, click off the video and come back to when you have seen the movie. And it shouldn't come to any surprise that LEGO hasn't made a set based off of Deadpool and Wolverine, as it is R-rated and has some very R-rated characters. But that's where I step in. I create LEGO sets for these Marvel movies and shows that haven't gotten any, giving it the love they deserve. So without further ado, let's get on straight into the video. Starting, of course, with the minifigures, our first one is Deadpool, coming with all brand new printing made by my friend over on Instagram, Adam Lego Arts, as well as a couple of prints made by Lemon Bricks over on Mecha Bricks. Both of them will be linked down below. Deadpool comes with brand new face, torso, and leg printing, with the hips the same from his 2012 minifigure. He also comes with dual molded legs and dual molded arms there with the black and the red. I also decided to give him the goon guns in black to best replicate the scene that I built, as well as his signature katanas held in the back with that back attachment piece. As an extra little feature, I also gave him his secondary face there, which of course is his unmasked face there, looking amazing. And of course, for our next figure, this wouldn't be a Deadpool and Wolverine set without also including Wolverine. The prints also made by Adam Lego Arts and Lemon Bricks. He comes with brand new face, torso, and leg printing, also with dual molded arms and dual molded legs. He also comes with an armor piece to show and give him that more bulky and kind of armored look that he has in the movie with his shoulders, as well as his signature claws in that silver color. Also included is the hairpiece that he has been using most recently, this time just coming in dark brown and not the black color that it usually comes in. Also included in the set is Sabretooth, one of the villains from the movie. Seeing Tyler Mane come back as Sabretooth was so crazy, and I loved being able to make him into LEGO. He comes with a gray trench coat there with a bit of printing underneath for his big bushy kind of hood piece, as well as underneath the ratty tatty clothes there with all the belt buckles and all of that. I gave him the Aquaman hairpiece in dark tan, as well as made him a brand new face print there, as well as made sure to give him the claws in light tan. And for the final figure in this set, I also included the infamous Johnny Storm, who actually reuses the face print from Captain America from the Infinity War wave of sets, of course, because they are played by the same actor. For him, I also gave him the swept over hairpiece in dark brown and a brand new torso print with the amazing Fantastic Four logo. As an accessory, I also gave him two fire pieces coming out of his hands to show that he is flying. And here are all the figures lined up. But now let's get on straight into the build, which of course is the massive 20th Century Fox logo. As you can see, rimmed around the entire base in the display-like style, I have a red 1x1 flat tile next to a yellow 1x1 tile to, of course, replicate the main colors of Deadpool and Wolverine. I've seen a lot of fan builds of this already, and I wanted to create my own spin at it, adding a bit more junk around it, as you can probably see from the build itself. And there are a ton of Easter eggs to the movie, so again, spoilers ahead. Flipping it around, you can see the backside of the logo and a lot of the Easter eggs already, so I won't spend too much time talking here, and we'll just go into depth on all of those Easter eggs. Zooming in onto the front of the set here, in front of the X, we have a TEM pad right there from the TVA, which of course, as you know, if you have seen the movie, play a massive role in the movie, and spoilers right here, but also kind of act as the villain in the movie, so I had to include that there. There are a couple more TVA Easter eggs throughout the build. I also included back there, over by this big cylinder kind of hyperdrive looking thing, a Jack playing card, of course, which is a nod to one of the best cameos, I think, in the movie. That, of course, being Gambit, played by Channing Tatum. This by far was one of the coolest Easter eggs in the movie. Of course, also scattered around, as you'll see throughout the build, there are a bunch of rocks and sand kind of dunes, as you can see in the build there, just mounts of rock to kind of just show the dystopian, kind of destroyed look around the void. Flipping around to see behind the hyperdrive looking thing, as well as all the foliage and that big spike sticking out of the ground, we have a TVA reset charge using two pieces, that being the lantern piece in gunmetal gray, as well as a 1x1 cylinder piece in translucent orange with the glitter added, which I think is a nice little touch. As well as behind the big hyperdrive looking thing, we have a lighter, which of course is a nod to Pyro and the kind of impact he has on the movie too. And of course, as we keep moving along the backside of the build, we have two more Easter eggs right here. This of course is one of Elektra's size, of course, as she is a major character in the movie, as a lot of people had already thought she would be. I just wanted to add it in just as a little nod, as well as a Ant-Man helmet hidden behind some rubble in the middle of the build right there, of course, as a nod to the big compound that Cassandra Nova runs inside of the dead corpse of Ant-Man. And of course, for the final Easter egg at the back here, we have Wolverine's adamantium skeleton. Well, I guess this would really be Logan's adamantium skeleton, as this is the skeleton from the Logan movie. I really just gave it the basic build for the skeleton, just being in a shiny silver, as well as added the claws to, of course, show that it is Wolverine. And flipping back around to the front here, we have everything in its action pose. I think this set turned out perfect, and I'll be going into depth a bit here on the build itself. Of course, you can see all the plants and rocks and just overgrowth scattered throughout the build, hiding all of the little Easter eggs there, as well as you can see all the characters in their action pose. And what I used for Johnny to make him look like he's flying is that new piece introduced in the Avengers Tower set, making it so that he can fly right there, which I think turned out perfectly. As you can also see, the 20th Century Fox logo looks like it is kind of embedded in the rocks, but really in behind those rocks are a few ball joint pieces right there, which gives it that nice angle, which I think is really cool. The whole logo uses some of the masonry bricks, as well as just a bunch of flat tiles and curves to give it the lettering, as you can see. And I, of course, had to include the little catchphrase that all of these diorama sets have, and of course I had to include LFG, which, if we're keeping it family friendly here, you know what it means if you've seen the movie. Of course, also it is said by Deadpool Wolverine, which is why they're quoted at the bottom there. And of course, this is one of my display sets, so I had to include the pins and Technic bricks that you can attach to all the other display sets. Of course, this is what it looks like when you can switch them out there. And of course, this set wouldn't be complete without the finalized box art. So here you guys have it, set 76919 with 578 pieces. This is the Deadpool and Wolverine Void Vanquish. This, of course, is an 18+ set under my Marvel Collection wave. Of course, I didn't include the Disney Plus logo at the bottom, as it kind of falls into the movies rather than the shows themselves. It also is a nod to the Fox X-Men movies, so I didn't want to fully give it the Disney logo, of course. And of course, as you can see, scattered about throughout the build, you can also see with the box art that Deadpool is included with that 1-to-1 ratio at the top, as well as the logo for the set. Also, yes, the Mecha Bricks rendering is still down, so I switched to Blender, and I think it turned out a lot better than what was with Mecha Bricks. And of course, if you guys have been keeping up, this is my second one of the year, which means there's one more display set left, which of course is my Agatha All Along one, coming out in October, ready for Halloween. But if you guys did go on to enjoy the video, please make sure to subscribe and like the videos. It shows me what you guys like to see, as well as it pushes me out to more people who may also enjoy my content. But anyways, guys, thanks.